Byron Donalds is a Republican from the great state of Florida, and Byron Donalds joins me now. You were at the meeting with Trump yesterday, sir. Did you see a new, softer, gentler Trump, like Kevin McCarthy says?
So I'll tell you, Stu, it's the Donald Trump that basically everybody's been seeing for the last several years. He's obviously confident of where his position is right now, a few months away from November, 1 month away from the convention. His message is resonating with all Americans about having a prosperous America again, a safer America again, and having an America that's respected overseas with all leaders, especially with our adversaries across the globe. But then also he's talking about bringing our party together, working for all members of our party, trying to help Republicans in the House who are trying to get reelected in tough areas, helping candidates where there are seats we're trying to flip, both House and Senate. It was a very uniting position, but that's where the president has been for quite some time. He's focused on the American people and making our country great once again.
Trump's going to campaign in Detroit this weekend. He'll meet with local pastors in an effort to court the black vote. Congressman, you are hosting that rally. What will he say, do you think, to win over black voters?
Well, listen, I never script President Trump. He speaks directly from the heart, whatever is on his mind, and he always pushes that out in terms of what's best for the American people. But in this sit down we're going to have in Detroit, it's going to be hearing from citizens of Detroit, hearing the things that have been plaguing them. And then President Trump, like he's apt to do, will talk about some of the policies and some of the vision of how to remedy these situations for black voters in Detroit and really all voters in Detroit and throughout the state of Michigan. And so that's what we're really there to do, engage with people, hear from them, and then allow President Trump to communicate back directly with these voters in Detroit. So you don't have to go through media, go through TV ads. We want them to hear directly from the president. And to President Trump's credit, he wants to hear directly from them.
This program in particular has concentrated heavily on President Biden's mental and physical shortcomings. And at the G7 meeting, they were demonstrated all over again. Now, Trump says, Biden on the world stage, we are being laughed at. America's being laughed at. You agree with that?
I do. Our adversaries, Stu, do not take us seriously. They do not take Joe Biden seriously. And so when that is the situation, when you have the imagery of a president who doesn't embode confidence, doesn't have the stature of a leader, can't even really get the words out, is usually mumbling or usually spilling over his words, it doesn't provide you the ability to walk into these rooms and have the tough conversations to really negotiate out the pieces, and I say pieces in terms of peace in the Middle East, peace in Eastern Europe, that is necessary for global order and global stability and for America to remain the dominant economic power in the world and the dominant military power in the world. Because a strong America on the world stage makes for a more peaceful planet. History is replete with examples. Joe Biden is destroying that right in front of our eyes. And so we need Donald Trump back to restore that confidence in the United States of America.
Congressman Byron Donalds, Republican from Florida. Thanks for joining us, sir. We appreciate it always. Thank you.
Thank you.